Hello YouTube, this is Silver Age Dave. I have another Silver Age Dave tip of the day. To share this one, I am stealing blatantly from a newer YouTuber, really great guy who had entered my contest, and talk about organization. If you get a chance, I'm going to put the link to his entry video in this video. It's Weaponxsquall. Coincidentally, he was one of the 5 winners of the contest also. So I've got some stuff going out to him. But he had a great thing that he added, and I haven't seen it anywhere else. Sometimes you see an idea, and I always say, oh, there's no, original ideas anymore. And so hypothetically, he's not the only guy using this, but I haven't seen it anywhere. And I was so excited to get it into my room. We all have, comic boxes at some point. And what I've been doing, let me see if I can find one. Well, this doesn't have it. Well, what I've been doing is I've been cutting cardboard for years. Anytime I get a big extra box, I'll cut it, and then I have something so the comics don't bend. But then I was using these mailer boxes. There's a couple different varieties, and I'd put them in there as just space holders. And then sometimes I get a big box. I'm gonna scroll around over here. I'll get a big box, and I think, no, I don't see one right here. I wish I had one right here. But anyway, just as space keepers. So anyway, Weaponxsquall had a product that he used, which was basically a foam. And so I saw that and I thought, Eureka! That is genius. And I reached out to him and I said, where do you get the stuff? And he gets it from work. They throw the stuff out, so he gets it free. He's got a ton of it. And so it just so happens the other day, well, you know what? I'll tell the story on my how-to on how to cut this stuff up. You can go and buy it, but if you search hard enough, you can find this stuff for free. Anyway, Silver Age Dave is so excited. Look at all this styrofoam I have. Today and over the next week, I'm going to be putting, I've got over 3 long boxes full of styrofoam that was just going to end up in a landfill. And I'm going to be using that now to fill the space that this was taking up. Okay, so let me show you what's so cool about this. Let me grab a couple of these, and I'm going to, basically, you just take this out of there, okay, which eventually the cardboard would warp, okay, and you put that in there. We create the space we want to create. We put that in there, and now that box is solid. Those books are very well supported. I still have the piece of cardboard in there. I've got one in the front, one in the back, but it's way better than those goofy mailing boxes, which now I can, open those up and I can ship stuff to people if I want to ship stuff, if they want something little. I've got probably a million of them. But anyway, the how-to on how I was cutting these is coming up next. Hopefully, this is an original idea for Weaponxsquall. You can sub him up. Check out that video. He's got a lot of great stuff. This is a true blue collector. This guy's really great. So anyway, YouTube, here comes the little how-to, which is not brain surgery. It certainly is not. All right, YouTube. So I have this foam board. We're coming to you from yet another space. The office complex where I own a building. I share the parking lot with some doctors and lawyers and some other professionals. And one of them received a shipment of brand new computers. And yesterday, as I was leaving, they were carrying all these giant boxes out to the, we have a dumpster that we all share. And I happened to see in Weaponxsquall, in his video, talk about an organized collector. He had this this foam that he uses in his long boxes, kind of in the front and in the back. There's space you want to keep, and I use postal mailing boxes and Amazon boxes and whatever fits. But he had used this foam, and I thought, man, that is genius, because the stuff you know, it's flexible here, but it really doesn't bend. Once it's in a long box, it's not going to warp or bend. And I thought, man, where can I get that? So they're throwing out like 20 computer boxes, and I said, hey, do you mind if I grab the foam board out of there? So I've got all different sizes. This is a large piece or a medium piece. I've got this piece, which is a little bigger. You can see there. And then they had some shorter pieces or thinner pieces that were literally like this. I already cut them down, cut them in half. And what I'm doing is I'm just filling some junky long boxes with these things. And then as I'm doing my room overhaul, I'm constantly in need of these spacers. So here's what I did is I routinely cut cardboard up, but I made a sample piece that goes into the modern BCW long box pretty well. So I'm just setting it here. I'm leaving about 1/8 of an inch space. For some reason the foam board is a little different. So I'm setting the sample on there. I'm lining this up. Then I'm using this type of knife where I can get a long blade on it, okay? And I'm not cutting the countertop here. I'm just going through maybe 1/2 inch, just a couple nice easy passes. I'm remembering to keep the knife straight, okay? So I did 3 or 4 there. And then if anyone's ever cut drywall, what you do is you fold it out and you know, you cut through one side of the drywall and then you come up and it creates a perfect piece. And I'm going to throw that in my long box here. Absolutely perfect. So then my second piece that I do, I'm taking this factory edge. Okay, this was the edge I just cut. So I'm keeping this factory. 1, 2, 3 are perfect factory edges. And again, I'm going to line it up there. I'm going to come through here. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm recutting the same piece here that I already cut, and I'm going to come through. Now I'm making sure to keep my blade at 90 degrees. Okay, if I come in on an angle, well, what's going to happen? This isn't going to fit in the box, okay, because one side will be longer. So you see what happens there is I basically didn't cut through. Okay, that's how you do drywall. Anyone cutting drywall. And so I'm going to come here. I'm going to start at the bottom and work up and then come up, boom. And so there we have a real nice piece. Put that in the box. And once I get a bunch of these, I will share with you, but this is basically what I'm doing. Hopefully I turn this the right way. This is basically what I'm doing here. Whoop, I got the knife in the way. That's what I'm doing is I'm just filling this is a bad box that I'm going to be returning. So anyway, welcome to the mailing room. And I'm going to make a mess and then I'll get that cleaned up. But I'm going to have tons of these. I think I showed some pictures. Let me scroll around. This is a whole box of the bigger ones. Okay, so I'm stealing this tip of the day from Weaponxsquall, Weaponxsquall, and I love it. And I can't wait to get these done, and I'm going to put them to good use. Okay, so that is a short stolen tip of the day from Silver. Keep your eyes out for this foam board. If you have a business or a factory or someone, a lot of places are probably throwing this stuff away. It's just going to go to a landfill, and better off being in my comic box. Okay, that's my 2 cents. All right, so as you saw in the video, stuff's pretty easy to cut, pretty easy to make. I did end up, I don't want to waste. I wasted not one little piece. So what I did is I ended up with different sizes. This is sets of 3 that basically make one. You put 3 of them together. So I got 3 of those. I've got these shorter blocks. I don't know where I'd use these, but potentially if I need more space in a long box, those can go in there. And then I've got almost 3 long boxes full of those things. So, once again, this stuff, which would otherwise be in a landfill, is now something that Silver is going to use, and that's good for the ecology, good for the planet, and hey, I say that's good for me too. So that is another Silver Age Dave tip of the day. Thank you, Weaponxsquall, for such an awesome idea. This thing is going to catch fire, I hope, and we'll watch your subscriber count hopefully go up in appreciation for the great tip. Thank you, everyone. Silver Age Dave is out.